Hello you guys, spend the weekend with me in Miami with Runna for the Miami Half Marathon. We've got lots of good food, BTS of the Runna team, and maybe even a PR. Enjoy. What is up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Erica. It's so good to have you this weekend. We are in Miami for the Miami Half Marathon. I have only ever been in Miami once in my life for less than 8 hours to get on a cruise ship, so I'm so excited to be here, explore, and obviously the run is like all in downtown Miami, so we're gonna be able to see so many of like the touristy things and the beautiful scenery. So today is Friday. We landed really early this morning. We had a red-eye flight from Vegas, so we knocked out at the pool for a couple of hours while they got our room ready, and we are now checked in. I don't think there's anything on the itinerary until 7 tonight when we have dinner with the Runna team. So my husband and I are literally just gonna go explore, walk around, get some food, do some shopping, and I'm going to take you guys along this weekend and show you the reality of the behind the scenes of what it's like to run the Miami Half Marathon with Runna. So without further ado, welcome to the video. Let's get into it. Okay, the girlies just came and dropped off a little package for me. Okay, I've actually always wanted to try these shoes. They're from the brand Kane, I think, and they're like supposedly recovery shoes, so these will be great for after the race. And then I've also always wanted to try Gooder sunglasses, and these will actually go with my race day outfit, so that is such a slay. All right, I just finished getting ready for dinner. I'll show you guys my outfit in a second. We are going to Earl's, which is funny because that's very Canadian. I'm pretty sure it originated in Canada. So when they said that, I was like, I feel like I'm back at my roots. I'm excited to see everybody. We're just gonna head out, I'm gonna meet everyone in the lobby, and then we're all gonna walk over there together. I don't know how many ambassadors or athletes are here this time. When we were in Berlin, I think there was like 20 of us. I don't think there's that many this weekend, but we will see. That's the update. We literally shopped. I walked for like 4 hours, got a lot of steps in, then I laid on my bed for like an hour and a half and just kind of rotted and did a little bit of work on my phone and relaxed, and now we're heading out. So I'm ready to refuel. I had Chipotle for lunch, then I had a snack and a matcha while I was out, but I'm ready to eat. I don't know how the lighting is right now, but I have this little vest top on from Abercrombie. This skirt I think is from Zara, and then I just got these little shoes the other day from, I want to say Ross or like one of those stores. So that's what I'm wearing for dinner with like a little black bag. Let's go eat. Good morning, you guys. It is now a Saturday morning, aka the day before the race. I'm very excited. I gotta go downstairs to get breakfast to fuel for the day. I think the plan is breakfast, shakeout run, come back, change, go to the expo, and then we're going to an Italian restaurant, I think from 2 to 4, and then the rest of the day is just a free day, but I'm gonna be in bed so early from this jet lag, and also because the race starts at 6 a.m. so I'm probably gonna wake up like around 4-ish, maybe even earlier, just depending on like what the schedule is. I'm wearing my Runna shirt, Lululemon shorts, and I think I'm gonna do my Nike Vomero Pluses, bring a little Lululemon belt bag, and that should be good to go for the shakeout run. I'm gonna bring my camera too so I can film and take some photos, but I think I'm gonna go get avocado toast so I can get some carbs in, and maybe with like a poached egg or something and some decaf coffee, because if you know me, I don't drink actual coffee. Some people think that is crazy, but I get energized off the vibes, you know? I like coffee purely for the taste of it. So let's go get breakfast, and then I'll take you guys to the shakeout run.
But the bridge is down, which is honestly the perfect photo op. So we're making, oh sorry, bridge is up. We're making a toast of this.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm really love that thing.
We're gonna scale it.
That's my little hill right there. So yeah.
I'm dead. 3
Florida's not flat, actually.
Yeah, I'm not taking it.
Okay, we just got back from the Shakeout. It was so humid, so that was a good like test run for tomorrow. The Shakeout, we didn't start it until I think, I wanna say 9, but we're starting the run tomorrow at 6. So hopefully by the time we're done the run, it'll just be getting hot and it'll be dark when we're starting. So I'm hoping that it'll be okay. I'm just not used to the humidity because obviously in Vegas, it's a desert, so it's very dry. But regardless, we're gonna have fun. I'm just gonna look like I was in a sauna for 2 hours. So anyways, we're back at the hotel. Shakeout was so fun. Met some really awesome people, had some matcha, and we're just gonna chill for a little bit and then we're gonna head to the expo. So I'm gonna shower and rinse off because I'm so sweaty, and then change and get ready. And then I think we're going straight from the expo to this like pasta Italian spot to have like an early dinner because it's gonna be an early bedtime tonight. Because we have a 4 a.m., 3:30 a.m. wake up call tomorrow for the race. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, the update is that I changed and we're leaving in like 5 minutes to go to the expo. I think I said this already, but we're gonna head from the expo straight to our dinner at 2 p.m. We're going to get pasta. Hot take, I'm not a pasta girl. Like I will eat pasta here and there, but it's not something that I like crave ever, if I'm being honest. So it is what it is. I'm gonna go obviously, and I'm just grateful to be here in general. But if I could choose my pre-race dinner, it would be more like Chipotle, something with rice. That's more my vibe, or even pizza, but like with minimal cheese. That's kind of like my go-to pre-race dinner, or potatoes. So anyways, I'm excited to go to the expo. Everyone's saying it's really busy. So fingers crossed it doesn't take forever, but we're going as a group. So we're all stuck together if it is. And I think that's the update. I've just been laying on our bed, looking through videos and photos that we took on our Shakeout run today. It was so hot, you guys. Like, fingers crossed it's okay tomorrow. I just don't want a repeat of Berlin. Berlin was so humid, and that's what like really did me in. It was humid, it was hot. We were running through like peak sun, and thankfully this is only a half tomorrow, so I'm not gonna be running for like 4 hours, but still, it's a lot. So anyways, that's the update, and I will bring you guys along to the expo, try and shoot some BTS. I'm like shooting vertically for TikTok and Instagram and then horizontally for YouTube. So sometimes I forget that I like need to take both clips in both directions. Just, you know, influencer problems, I know. But so hopefully I get enough clips for you guys. You can get a sense of what like a marathon expo is like if you've never been to one. They're a little chaotic. It's people running around, you're grabbing your bib, then you're grabbing like your free merch or your swag bags. Like, it's chaotic, but it's a good time. And there's lots of booths that sell shoes and merch and gels and all sorts of like race stuff. So yeah, it's a little like shopping expedition. Not that I need anything, but it's fun to see everything. So let's go. Okay, you guys, I just got back from dinner and I laid out my marathon outfit for tomorrow. I'm also gonna add a Runna tank top on top of this, and I'm debating wearing a hat just because it's gonna be so hot, but regardless, as per usual, I'm wearing Lululemon Shakeout shorts. I think that's the, oh, I can never remember, Energy Sports Bra, Gooder sunglasses, Honey Stinger gels, Spy Belt, Nike Vomero Pluses, Shocks, Open Run Pros, and my Garmin Forerunner 255. So that is gonna be the marathon, half marathon outfit for tomorrow, and I'm gonna relax for a little bit now. Okay, you guys, good morning. It is now race morning. It's just about 4:45. I've gotta go downstairs to meet the team for breakfast. I got ready. I filmed on my phone for like Instagram and TikTok. So if you wanna see what I did in my morning routine pre-race, you can go check it out there, but let's go head down for breakfast. Brett.
It's not that these are bad. It's good until it's...
As they like to say, the price is right.
All right, and we just started. Just hit 15. It is hot. 16K, 17. I'm gonna lock in. I'll see you at the finish line. You guys, I peed my pants like 5 times during that half marathon, but it was worth it because we hit a PR, baby. Okay, we are officially home from Miami. It's been a couple days. I've let my body rest and recover, and I'm ready to give you guys a little overview of how the race went. I did my best to film a little bit during the run, but to be honest, I was locked in. After the first like 2 or 3 kilometers, I sensed that I could potentially hit a PR, and something switched in my brain and I was like, we're full sending it, and I was able to hit a new half marathon PR. So if you don't know what PR stands for, it stands for personal record. Some people say PB, personal best, but essentially I got my fastest half marathon time ever, which is so exciting, and it just goes to show that I've been training and it's paying off. So with that being said, the race morning was pretty typical. I woke up, I went downstairs, I had a bagel with honey and peanut butter, I want to say. Had a whole bottle of electrolytes. I always like to hydrate, especially well the day before race day and then in the morning. Yes, it's risky drinking a whole water bottle because you will probably have to pee, but I knew I would have time to use the bathroom. So I drank a whole bottle of electrolytes, which was I think 1,000 milligrams of sodium, and then I also had some electrolytes on my belt as well in like a 250 milliliter pouch, and then they were handing out water at every aid station and Gatorade, which I didn't take because I had my own electrolytes. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. So morning went super smooth. I woke up, got ready, had breakfast, and then we walked to the start line. We were there like 45 minutes early, so I got to my corral, and then the race was supposed to start at 6, but they went corral by corral, which is pretty standard, and I was in corral D, so I didn't cross the start line until 6:20. So I was waiting for a little bit, but it wasn't bad. The energy was there. All was good. It was still dark out, but it was pretty humid. I think the temperature was about, I think in Fahrenheit, it was about 75, 80, and like 85% humidity at 6 o'clock in the morning with no sun. So it was definitely warm, but I knew that going into it, so that's why I made sure to hydrate extra well. So I was gonna say the beeper went off, but yes, the alarm, or what's the word I'm looking for? The gong went off, I guess, to signal that the first group was going, and then once we got to the front, we crossed and I started running. And I didn't go into this race thinking that I wanted to PR. I really went into the race weekend just wanting to have fun, but sometimes this happened to me as well on my run-a-trip when I went to New York last year when I ran the New York United Half Marathon. Sometimes there's just something about race morning that gets to me where I'm like, you know what, I could lock in and really try and push to see what I could get out of this race. And I knew it was a little bit risky because of the weather. I didn't know how my body would feel because in Berlin with the humidity and the heat, I did not do well, but that was a full marathon. So a little bit different, and I just decided let's give it a couple kilometers, see how I feel, and try and keep a decent pace to start, and then if I'm feeling good, I'm going to push, which is exactly what happened. I did the first like 2 to 3 kilometers, felt really good, and I was like, I'm just going to try and hold this pace. In my brain, I knew what pace I needed to maintain on average to get below my, like at that time, PR for the half marathon. So I just tried my best to maintain that pace, and luckily this course was pretty flat, minus like the little incline that you have to do going over the bridges. So that was the only real like stressful part on the body. The rest of it was just flat, and I was able to maintain a consistent pace pretty easily. Now I will say it did start to get a little bit hotter, and I think I've realized one thing about me is that my stomach doesn't like the heat and the humidity, I guess, because I took 2 gels. I took 1 gel at 6 kilometers and 1 gel at 12 kilometers. And when I was taking that second gel, I felt very nauseous, and I knew that if I tried to eat another one, that my stomach was not going to do well. So I wouldn't recommend not fueling during a half marathon, but you do need to kind of listen to your body and see how it's going to respond, especially with me wanting to hit a PR in the back of my brain. I was like, if I try and go for a 3rd gel and I puke, that's gonna like totally, you know, dismantle that opportunity. And I knew that from history, I can run a half marathon without taking gels and be okay because I had breakfast before. But I also, like I said, I had 2 gels while I was running plus electrolytes. So I was okay on the fueling part. I could have had another gel probably around like that 18-17 kilometer mark, but I didn't because I didn't want to risk puking. So anyways, I got to about 15 kilometers and I was really pushing. That's when it started to get pretty hard for me. I just had to lock in and like zone out essentially. There were signs along the race course. I was getting like different signs, like personal signs to me that I don't need to share, but just know like I was getting signs that meant something to me from things I was seeing in the environment, notifications on my phone that were just telling me like, you're gonna PR today and you just need to keep pushing and push through the discomfort. So I listened to those signs and I was able to finish the race. It was definitely the hardest half marathon I've ever ran, not from the sense of the course itself, but just how hard I pushed myself towards the end, and with the humidity and the heat, it got me. But I crossed that finish line and I hit my PR. So new half marathon PR, 1:56:55. I'm so happy with that. One day I will hit sub 1:55. Who knows how soon that will be, but that is my next PR goal, I think. But then after the race, like as soon as I crossed the finish line, you know, like if you've ever been in that position where you push yourself so hard, like you cross and you're almost like stumbling, like it's hard to walk, not because you're in pain per se, but just because you're like, I gave it my all and I want to sit down. But typically like the end corral of a marathon or a half marathon is long for a reason, because you need to walk it off a little bit. It's actually not the best for your body to just immediately sit down. So we walked through the corral, I got my medal, we walked around, I got a water, I got snacks, and then I found my husband and we did our thing. I got a Starbucks because I was craving a matcha. That's like the only thing I crave post race typically is an iced matcha or a smoothie. So that's what I got. Tips for running the Miami half marathon. I didn't run the full, but I think the course is still pretty flat. Be cognizant of the weather, humidity if you're not used to it. Hydrate like crazy. I poured water on my arms and on my head at the aid stations to cool my body down, and that helped as well. And what else? I mean, the energy was good. It wasn't the biggest crowd I've ever seen, but it definitely was decent in terms of the crowd support and like the amount of people that showed up. I found that it was pretty solid and I felt like it motivated me in the spots when I needed it to. Everyone that was around me running was super friendly and supportive too, so great environment overall. Beautiful course. We got to run over the bridge into South Beach. I've never been there before, so that was kind of cool. I was distracted because we were running past all of these beautiful mansions, and that just like mentally is helpful during a marathon. Like I've run races where you're just running down like a highway for a really long time and that can get super boring. This one I felt like there was enough things to see that it kind of distracted me a little bit from the pain cave, if you know what I mean. So I think that wraps up my race recap. I just wanted to say as well, I did go on this trip with Rana. I'm so grateful for that, and I did follow a Rana plan to help me hit this PR. So if you guys are starting your running journey or want to hit a PR or just want to race and want to have a plan to follow, I would highly recommend downloading the Rana app. I'm going to leave my link in the description, and you can use my code Erica2 to save or to get 2 weeks free to try out the app and see how you like it. And I think that's it. So I will see you guys in the next video. We're back in Ironman training after a couple days of recovery. I'm feeling good. I'm ready to rock. I can't believe we're like 2 months away from my race. Mind blown, but we'll get there. We're locking back in. Thank you guys so much as always for all the support and love. I appreciate you, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.